Hey guys, how's it going? Beast here. So today I'm bringing you a video on PUBG. I am still just getting over being sick, so if you hear me clear my throat a few times, that's why. So I haven't uploaded for a while. Yeah, I don't know. Haven't uploaded for a while, so sorry if you guys are waiting on stuff. I think I just hit the desk. I'm sorry if you guys are waiting. I know I've been a little inconsistent the last 2 months probably, but just trying to kind of figure out what's going on here and what I want to do with it. And been playing a pretty good amount of PUBG. So I dropped shooting range. No one dropped with me, so I just skipped the boring looting part and cut all that out. And I've cut out a couple parts in here, just for purposes of speeding the video along, because 18 minutes is already long enough in my opinion. I don't want to. I would put the whole 29-minute game, but I don't think I have that much to say over the whole game. So leaving the shooting range. Shooting range is one of my favorite places to drop. The one downside is there's no meds there. There's usually no first aid or painkiller, energy, any boosters or anything like that. So I decided to get out of there, especially since I didn't engage anybody. Now you'll see a really weird gunfight happen right here. Now the flash hider is an attachment that you can put on your gun that does just that. It hides the flash. And so as I'm walking across the field here, I look over there and I'm like, is that a guy? And you see, I'm not looking at him, and right there I'm centered on him, and I'm like, is that a guy? But I don't see anything. So I'm like, dude, that's a guy after shooting him. I'm shooting him, and I was about to die. So all I did was lean the opposite direction, which, I mean, it desyncs your aim a little bit. But all I did was lean to the other side, and I know from experience, if you're shooting at someone like that, like he obviously wasn't the best shot because I was fairly close. Neither am I, but I'm just saying he didn't have that good of a shot. And so all I did was switch my lean in the middle, just standing out in the open field, and I ended up killing him. And I still didn't realize what had happened. I was like, man, what is going on? I was like, does he have a flash hider? So as I'm scrolling through here, picking up his stuff, I'm like, yep, he had a flash hider. So, as you see me looting here, I keep in mind the fact that I watch guys who are really good. Like I watch like Shroud play, I watch Aculite play, who's really good. I watch Stone Mountain 64 play, and a guy called Fuglet. I watch all those guys play, and they're all pretty good, and they loot pretty darn fast. So for me right there, that was a pretty quick loot. I got everything I needed to. They just do it, 2-3 times as fast. So again, here's this. So there's a ghillie, and as you see, that wasn't a super fast loot. But there was no one around, so I wasn't super concerned about it. But definitely work to improve on there. But just the couple of kills that I get following this are way better. Like so much so that after I got the second kill, not the second kill. So the next kill I get, but the kill after that, which would be my third kill. I actually thought maybe I was on the Asian servers. So there's a weird glitch where sometimes when I fire up the game, it automatically chooses the Asian servers, and because I'm not looking every time I start up the game, like, oh hey, I'm on North American, right? Sometimes it puts me on the Asian servers, and I've actually played that way before and didn't notice. So that's what I thought happened. That's how good this was for me, to be able to get these kills, and not necessarily the total amount of kills. I mean, 5 kills is pretty good. That's definitely up there as far as my top few games. Now I thought I heard a guy, and I sure did, so I decided to just make some noise and try and misdirect him off there in that direction. I listened to them to my right. Now he's in my building, which is so freaky when it happens. Just heard him drop something or pick something up, and he's just peacing out. He's like, yep, I'm out. Crazy, man, how close I came to that guy. So I didn't end up finding him. Maybe I'll do later, but yeah, so I'm just going to boost up here because my health is not completely full. Drop a couple sites that I don't need, and I'm already starting to get to the point where I'm dropping things. So this was an issue that I had in previous games where, see, now there's another guy, it sounds like, down there, that when I do get this far, I actually have too many items, and so when I push into the last few circles, if I'm trying to pick up some meds or boosters or something, I don't have any space. And so I've been trying to be pretty vigilant about dropping stuff when I don't need it, especially because it's just not. You just can't have a ton of stuff on you, and I'm bad about that. I'm sort of a pack rat in that sense, but yeah. So I was here at this building for a while. I thought I heard that guy, and it's hard to. Sometimes you lose a sense of time. Here comes a vehicle incoming. Sometimes you lose track of time when you're in those sort of little like situations. The amount of times that I've died outside the zone because of that. Now I'm pretty sure that guy's in the second floor over there of that house. But sometimes you lose track of time when you're in these intense gun battles, and you're in these. They're not even necessarily gun battles. You're in these intense like standoffs where the guy, there's a guy there, but maybe he doesn't know you're there or something like that. It's always really like kind of nerve wracking, and you lose track of time. Now here comes a really sick kill, and this is when I was like, man, I'm really on it right now. So check this kill out. But it was an immediate scope in and lean, and I was on target, which, I mean, seriously, like, when I got that kill, I thought to myself, okay, you know what? I'm actually starting to get decent at this game. So I've got 250 hours now, and this is all I've played, basically. I've played pretty much no Call of Duty. I played a couple of games of Call of Duty the other night. There were another one, see? Like, all this time I was sitting here, and there were no guys, and then now there's a couple guys. So I played a couple games of Call of Duty. I'm going to put those up in a video also in the next few days. So be on the lookout for that if you're more a fan of the Call of Duty type content. But I've played nothing but this game for this entire time. So here we go again. I'm looking now. And I'm not actually 100% sure that this was the same guy who was just shooting at me. So there's you see me leaning again. So I'm much more comfortable leaning to that side because if I lean to my right, I can actually still strafe right or left without really too much issue. If I lean left, it's a little bit tougher for me to move with the right button. So there you see I just took a couple of those. I took the 4X, which I wanted, extended quick draw, which I wanted, tactical stock. I'm still struggling with that a little bit. Took the frags, which at that point I realized, like, oh man, I can't even pick up these frags. I've got a level 3 backpack, and I didn't actually realize until later in the game that it was because I have 9 energy drinks, which do take up a fairly good amount of space. And I wanted a couple of those frags, but it wouldn't let me take them, so I kind of just had to leave them. And again, that's why you don't want too much. Like here, 275 rounds of 5.56 is way too many, but I have the M249, which is a 100-round clip, and so when you have that gun, it's definitely not too much. So at this point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna hang out here. I'm just gonna wait a minute or two because I made a bunch of noise, and I wanted to make sure that I was in the clear, and so I end up sitting here for a little bit and staying clearing this stuff out. But when see, that's when I just rechecked. I was like, 9 energy drinks. Like, I saw it right there, and I was like, okay. Because I knew something was wrong with a level 3 backpack. Even with 275 rounds of 5.56, with level 3 backpack, you should definitely be able to carry more stuff than that. Now, med kits take up a lot of space, too, so I probably could have used that. But, yeah, this is a territory that's unfamiliar for me. I've been here, maybe a few dozen times. But we're talking, 1,500 games plus, and to only be in the top 15, a few dozen times. I'm not as familiar with the strategy for this, top 20, top 15 type game where you're at the ending circle. So, I watch a lot of guys play who are really good, and I can pick up on the stuff that they're doing, but it's different to practice it yourself when you're in a game. And so this is definitely my weak point as far as the games are concerned. My aim is getting pretty good. My movement is starting to get there. And here I went back and I was like, please let me pick up those frags again. And so I did. But, my aim's getting much better. I still don't like automatic. Still not a fan of that. Now you'll see a cool little engagement here with a guy in a second. But I still don't like the... yes, there's some stuff there. I still don't like the... I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, the automatic. Because you have to drag your mouse down when you're going fully auto in order to keep the gun under control, and I'm not a fan of that at all. So I'm much more a fan of bursting the gun, but I do always keep it on auto. And so yeah, I mean that's just kind of my strategy. Keep it on auto because if they get super close, So this is a pretty cool one here. So I hop in here, was just trying to loot real quick. Honestly, I don't know what I was trying to loot. There's a guy there, and obviously something's wrong. Just hitting on the window. Wasn't even breaking the glass, and you can see where all my bullets just hit there. So now he knows I'm there. He's there. I was waiting for him to move, and then check out this. Check this out. Listen to this noise. Oh, that's a bad noise. That's a pin that he pulled. So I bailed out. Here he comes. And it was right there that I thought to myself, dude, am I on the Asian servers right now? Because I looked at the thing and I was like, have I really gotten 4 kills? And these weren't just like, you know, like 4 kills of like guys who were AFK or who couldn't see me or whatever. These were like 4 kills where like I took a lot of damage. And that's one of the things I realized when I watch, you know, Aculite and I watch Shroud is those guys take a lot of damage also. So it's not just like they're running around killing people without taking any damage. Like they're taking a good amount of damage. But the problem is that they're, you know, they're way better. So, okay, now I'm getting shot. I know he's over there somewhere, so I just decided to try and, you know, do that just to sort of get him off my tail for a second. And you can see the bullets hitting there on the ground. So that's how, I mean, obviously he sounds like he's to my left, but, you know, that's just confirmation that that's where he is. So I really wanted that 4X because, yeah, I wanted it real bad. I love the 4X. That's my favorite sight. And I believe I took it. But at this point, I was a little unsure of where to go, and I only had a little bit before the zone started coming, so I was kind of panicking. But, you know, again, like I said, that's when I realized, like, you know, Shroud and Aculite and even Stone Mountain 64, all these guys end up taking a decent amount of damage. And right there, I dropped all my 7.62 because I realized I didn't have any 7.62 guns, and I wasn't going to pick any up. But they take a decent amount of damage. You know, they actually get hit during gunfights, but the fact of the matter is they're winning the gunfights while still taking damage. And so that's what all 4 of those kills already have been, is me taking damage and then finishing the guys off. And that's why I thought maybe I'm on the Asian servers, because first of all, there's a little bit of lag, so I guess there's a slight advantage on my end for being, you know, so laggy, I guess, on their screen, although it's not terrible. I mean, we're talking 200 millisecond ping, which, you know, I mean, that's pretty huge. It's pretty drastic. You know, we're talking 4 or 5 times what I'm usually on. But at the same time, that's only a fifth of a second, so it's not like an insane amount of time. You know, the players on the Asian servers are not as good. So look at that, man. Look at that glitch. I'm sitting back here trying to make a good play, and the bullets aren't even going over the edge of the thing. So, I don't know. There's something weird with the way it leans. Like, the bullets don't shoot out where you expect them to. So, as you see me here, I'm sort of moving toward my final zone. I'm on the edge of it here, so I'm on the slow part of the zone, so I don't have too far to go. But there's less than 10 people left. And I just saw, I was glad when I got out of the game and saw that I was actually indeed on North American servers, because I thought, you know, maybe I was just getting lucky because these guys weren't very good or something. So, I was really pleased to find that I was. Now listen, I couldn't hear where this guy was, man. I know he was to the left. Obviously, I know where he is now because I've watched it a couple times. But I thought he was just slightly to my left, and then I thought I heard some rustling right next to me. And so that was not the best. This game is just so much fun. I still have yet to get my first solo chicken dinner. I've come close. This is the closest I've come. Well, I mean, I've been number 2 like 2-3 times, but it wasn't really that close, and it was usually just a game where I like kind of didn't hide out, but I kind of just, you know, was not really in the action. So that's why this game surprised me so much, because, you know, it was basically, like I said, the first 4 kills that I get are all me taking damage from the guys in a gunfight and still finishing them off, which I consider a success, because if you can do that, then, you know, you can go far. And so I'm still dropping to the busiest areas. You can see there, I see him right there. So see, that's I'm actually located in based on the flash. And, I mean, you know, not good with the 4X there. See, much weirder leaning to that side, but I go that side. So he was behind that tree, I thought, and I wanted to get him. So I pulled the pin out of that thing, and it's actually a pretty perfect throw. Blew up right there, but he just wasn't there. He had moved. And so this next grenade is sick, man. This is, you know, I love doing this kind of stuff. I've done this a few times in this game now, and it's just really, it's very satisfying. Because, you know, at a certain point, again, like I was saying earlier, you sort of lose track of time when you're in these gunfights. And guys who are out there, like, if you see where I am, he's outside the zone there. So he's not going to be able to stay there for very long. And then I see him running, and I'm like, oh. So I chuck the grenade out in front of him. There you go. And I do a little celebratory crouch. I love throwing grenades like that. Again, you know, he put himself in a bad position because he wasn't able to kill me when I didn't even see him. He snuck up on my back and wasn't able to get me. And then he had to move, and I didn't, and I kind of knew where he was going based on the zone, so I just chucked a couple grenade and ended up getting him with the second one. But lots of different elements of my game are starting to come together. You know, like I've said before, I've made it this far a couple different times, and I've just been completely inept, and I have like 2-3 kills, or I'd sneak up on people and kill them from behind. But this game, all 5 kills are confrontations where I won, and that's a very, very positive sign. I still love dropping to the busiest areas, and so I've been getting really frustrated with the game recently because I still keep dropping to the busiest areas and I don't get any kills. Or, I mean, or, you know, I'll get a few kills. I'm getting a lot more kills. Like, it's basically every game I get a kill now. It's more rare that I don't get a kill. Like, I'd say 1 in 5 games I don't get a kill right off the bat, which is, you know, that's so much better than what it was before. So definitely coming along, but also the last few nights I've played a few games where there wasn't as many people. Like, I dropped somewhere and I cleared out. I get, you know, 2-3 kills or whatever, cleared out, and then there wasn't as many people. So I've been making it to the top 10 a lot more often. So I'm getting a little bit better at these end game type scenarios, but I'm still not very good. And as you can see, I'm basically waiting as long as possible because I don't know where these other couple guys are. And I'm on the edge of the zone, and I can't imagine they're outside the zone. So I'm just trying to kind of wait and push in with the zone as I can so that I don't go too far too fast. But my issue that I'm still having is I don't know quite where things are, and I don't know exactly which way to take cover. Like, look, you know, watching it back now, I should have pushed right up along the coast, or far left up against the hill, and I didn't really do either one of those. And then I ended up getting in a bad position where I didn't have any cover. So anyway, this is the end of the game coming up here in a second. So like I said, guys, I appreciate you bearing with me. I know I've been pretty sporadic in my uploads. I'm going to try to get back to something regular. We're just going to have to figure out how that's going to work. But I will see you guys in the next one. I appreciate it. Click the subscribe button if you like my content, and I will see you the next time. And I broke the first rule. You don't just lay down in the open and lay there. So as I'm laying here, I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't see anybody. Don't see anybody. There's only 2 other guys left. So we're in a triangle now. And, yep, I totally jacked it up and just ruin it. Anyway, appreciate you guys. I'll see you next one. Have a good one. Catch you later.